Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Gonna be taking you through my day one of the new programs. Obviously, last week we had a bit of a program overview where I spoke about what I'd be doing for this 6-day program, what I'll be focusing on. Now I'm going to take you through what I'm actually doing on these days. So I'll be taking you through the exercises that I'll be doing, how I'm progressing, just little cues, little tips, main reason why I'm incorporating these exercises. So just a little bit of chat as to the actual days and the actual exercises that I'm going to be doing. So without further ado, we'll kick it off. So on this one, I'm doing the barbell bent over row for the first exercise. Now, first little tip is make sure you're using the small progression plates, okay? So 1.25s here, so going up for an increment of 2.5 kilos. I feel like it's something that is overlooked in the gym space. A lot of people want to jump up by 10s, 15s, 20s, the big weights, when realistically, especially when you looked to what I actually have on the bar, which is 80 kilos, if I was to chuck an extra 10 kilos on, say, each side, or even an extra 5 kilos on each side, which would be 10 kilos in total, that's more than 10% increase. 10% increase is a lot. So what I've done here is sort of, I think it's about bit over 3%. So generally when you are looking to progress weight, you should be using 2 to 5% increase in weight from sort of week to week. 10% jump is huge jump. A little bit different to if you don't have that opportunity, say if you're going up by dumbbells, and obviously dumbbells, jumping up by a kilo in a dumbbell is obviously more than 10%. Say if you're going from like 6 kilos to 7 kilos, 1 kilo is a lot. I think it's like, nearly 20% or 18 or 17% or something like that. In those circumstances, you're better off going up by reps, but when you can, use small progressions, so using little weight plates like that. So in this also, make sure that you use some straps as well. Any back work, any leg work where I'm holding on to a weight, always going to be using straps, okay? So your back is always going to be stronger than your forearms. Just look at the size of your back muscles, look at the size of your forearm muscles. So if you aren't using straps, you're probably leaving reps in the tank for your back, especially if later in the sessions when just the forearms just start to give way. We've all been there. So if you are serious about taking your physique goals to the next level and trying to get as big as possible, I would definitely be looking to incorporate some grips. Could be anyone's. I use the Harbinger or something, just from Rebel. I like those pretty good. I've heard Versa grips are really good. A lot of the big names in the industry use Versa grips. Heard they're fantastic. Whatever you guys want to use, would definitely recommend. Even just like getting a better back connection, I find that it helps so much with just like being able to focus on like pulling your shoulder blades back, really focus on the squeeze of the muscle. Whereas if I don't use straps, I feel like I'm focusing more on the grip rather than what I'm doing with the back. Highly recommend getting yourself some straps for your back training if you haven't already. For this one, so this is going to be my second set. So as we just did the first set just then, I was taking the bar to chest or sort of just off the chest. So looking for a bit more of a full range of motion, whereas this one is going to be a lengthened partial. So you'll see I'll be pulling just above the knee. Main reason for this is the barbell bent over row, the resistance curve makes it a lot harder at the top. So that's the hardest part of the movement. In research, it's sort of leaning towards the fact that the lengthened position is probably going to be more hypertrophic, more growth promoting. So by doing lengthened partial work, I'm able to accumulate more tension in that lengthened range as opposed to trying to get it up to the like shortened position there, so get the bar to the chest, which will inadvertently waste a lot more energy than just doing lengthen partials. So in the last set, I got 8 reps to sort of more full range of motion, so from the ground to the chest. And then in this one, I'm going to be pulling just above the knee, and I'll get 11 reps, okay? So, which is pretty good considering usually I'd probably get, if I went to try and do full range of motion now, I'd probably get maybe 7, maybe 6 if I tried to do full range of motion now because my muscles are already fatigued. So using the exact same weight, I'm probably going to get an extra 4, if not 5 reps in that lengthened position, as opposed to probably only getting 6 or 7. So that's the main reason why lengthen partials can be growth promoting, and that's the main reason why I use it, is if the top position where it's supposed to be least growth promoting is the hardest position, therefore it's inhibiting how much time you can spend in that lengthen portion. So I'll let it roll so you guys can see how I'm incorporating this. Obviously feeling the vibes of the music today. Had some Drake on, which is good. So yeah, same sort of thing. Just going to be pulling to the knee here, as you can see. Still thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together, so still initiating from the same movement. I'm just not quite getting that last little 5, maybe 10 centimeters there. I feel a really good connection with my back when I do this as well, probably better than full range of motion, and just staying in that real tight position and making sure I'm getting big squeeze. So as you can see, those probably last 3 reps I was really slow. There's no way I would have got that close to the chest, but using that lengthen partial method, I was able to knock out an extra 3 reps, which is obviously going to accumulate more tension in the lengthen position, which is ultimately seems to be more muscle growth promoting. Okay, so the next one, and I've only just filmed the one set for the rest of these exercises, guys. I'm going with the bench pull. So as you can see, I'm in the gym that I work at today, which is the yard. And yeah, they only have like dumbbells, barbells. They have a cable, which you'll see in a second. But as for like horizontal work, this is the best you're going to get with that. So same sort of thing again here. As you can see, I'm not getting that full contraction. I'm still thinking about squeezing shoulder blades together because I'm targeting the upper and mid back with this. Thinking about sort of lifting the chest up slightly to really enforce that squeeze. A good thing that I like to do is like to think about squeezing my shoulder blades back and sort of pushing my chest into it. Really helps connect with the upper back muscles. So yeah, definitely give that one a try. And as you can see, I'm not going into that full peak contraction, as it's like I'm not pulling my arms fully by my side. Main reason for that being, again, the strength curve just makes it so much harder at the top, so I can get more reps in that lengthen position. Hey, shirts off for this one. I thought it might be good for you guys to see why I do these single arm variations for a lat pull down. So you'll see better in the next one, but just how the lower lat muscle fibers align. It's something that I'm trying to work on at the minute, is trying to build that sort of lower lat. So hopefully, like in the shirts off with this position, you'll be able to see what I'm working with here. And as you can see, I'm not fully squeezing all the way down. I think a big thing when people do this exercise is they get a good stretch up, but they squeeze down and squeeze through into the oblique as well. The thing I like to think about is just trying to stay sort of as rigid as possible and think about just driving the elbow straight down and really squeezing through the lat, not worrying about getting that extra bit of contraction when really all you're doing is just squeezing through the oblique and trying to get that a bit further. Yeah, you probably get a little bit extra contraction through the lat, but I feel like majority of that would just come from the oblique, and as I just spoke about before, it seems via the research that's coming out lately that the lengthen position is more important than trying to get that peak squeeze, where you'll just be incorporating mostly oblique. So yeah, and it's actually a decent enough setup, this, so I just try and get nice and stable, obviously using the J hook there, and locking myself in as best I can with the pole, so I can stay nice and stable and just really grind these reps out. It's actually, yeah, it's not a bad setup. If you guys have one of these cables, it's just a simple, literally it just attaches at the top of the rig, and then you just chuck the weight plates on. Considering, yeah, it's a bit of a garage setup, it works really well. So as you can see, with this, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to target these lower fibers here. So as you sort of look up, so the lat comes around and it sort of all pulls together and then attaches on the underside here to be able to pull the arm down by the side. So, and as you can see, they're going to align nicely as opposed to these ones, so like the upper ones. So you can see that by doing this more single arm variation, I'm getting this massive stretch and then squeezing down through here. So you can see from here, all these fibers are going to be perfectly in line to be able to pull down, obviously on the weight there, to make sure, again, that I'm trying to sort of build these lower lats and bring up those areas of my back. So yeah, I thought just give you guys a little bit more of a visual aid as to where we're trying to hit. And yeah, just thinking about like driving that elbow down, trying to use minimal bicep as possible, trying to use minimal upper back, and just really trying to isolate the lat and just really get stuck into yeah, squeezing through the lat and burning out the muscle, I suppose. Yeah, I really like this exercise. It gives me a mad stretch, and a pretty sick pump as well. So yeah, really happy with it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I did do today some push downs and some preacher bicep curls, but actually ran out of time. The next class was coming in, so I kind of had to pack up my camera and stuff as I was going, so I didn't get to film those in, but pretty simple. Yeah, just got a bit of tricep work in. I'm not going to be doing push until for a couple of days, so I've got arms as a bit of a focus in this, as well as traps, so getting a little bit extra volume in by doing triceps on this day, even though it's effectively a pull day, so usually you'd only do biceps. So getting a little bit of extra arm volume in with the triceps there. And then, yeah, just finish with a dumbbell preacher curl, just focusing on that lengthened position, which is obviously supposed to be more growth promoting. So yeah, got a little bit of arm work in at the end, but yeah, hope this was informative for you guys. Yeah, it was a decent back sesh. I actually got a really sweet pump. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more like this, and if it was informative, please like, subscribe, share, all of those things that people do on YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.